broadcast for shooters, hunters, and gun enthusiasts. This is the Firearms Radio Network. This edition of Gun Guy Radio is supplied by Alien Gear Holsters. AlienGearHolsters.com.
Welcome to episode 151 of Gun Guy Radio. This is the podcast that shines a positive light on the firearms lifestyle. I'm your host, Jake Challand, and this is your weekly dose of positive firearms talk without the politics. Well, welcome back again to this week's show, and sorry I missed last week's show. The wife and kids and I, we were out of town that weekend for a wedding a couple states over, and I thought I was going to be able to pull a show off, but it turned out traveling with 4 kids, 5 and under, turned out to be a little more challenging than I thought, and so we stayed an extra night, so that completely threw my creating a Gun Guy Radio plan out the window, which is okay, because I'm creating a show this week, but yeah, I apologize for not getting that out to you last week. I also had a guest fall through. I had lined up before we left on the trip, and it's just really difficult to produce a show without a guest sometimes. So that's why all that happened. And also, announcement this week, I'll be sending out battle boxes for our Patreon on Gun Guy Radio, This Week in Guns, and our new Firearms Radio Network Patreon account. That's right, we have a Patreon for our Firearms Radio Network as a whole. So that's patreon.com/FRN. And if you haven't checked it out, go check that out. You can pledge $1 or $5 a month. It's a monthly pledge, and just easy way for you to support the network as a whole. But I'll be picking some random people on that Firearms Radio Network Patreon to send a battle box to, and that's just a sometimes thing. That's not even one of the perks, but I just wanted to give a big thank you to you guys going over there and supporting the brand new Firearms Radio Network Patreon. So patreon.com/FRN. There's also a link in the show notes. So hurry up, go over there, sign up, and if you get in there in the next, before I ship out this week, this will release Sunday, and I may ship as soon as Monday. So if you hear this, don't run to patreon.com/FRN. And as you know, I announced an episode or two ago that I was changing up the Patreon on this show and on This Week in Guns. So we've changed it to a $1 or $5 option per episode. Now, some of you were given a higher option per episode previously, and it looks like it defaulted you to the $5, and it still is probably defaulted you to what you were, that higher level. So if you want to change, if you're given like $15 per episode before, as an example, and you want to drop that down to $5 or $1, just want to let you know it's not going to do that automatically. You're going to need to change that manually. But if you want to leave it at that higher level, I'm A-okay with that as well, but just want to give you the heads up. I want to give a big thank you to the 24 patrons supporting Gun Guy Radio. Really appreciate you guys showing your support for this pro-gun, Second Amendment, positive firearms talk radio. And one more announcement before we get into the main topic this week. I'm a little bummed out. I decided to cancel my SHOT Show trip here at the last minute. As you know, I laid out, I think it was the last episode, that I'm quitting my dreaded day job here July 4th. And so I really need to focus on that goal. And going to SHOT would possibly really take away a lot of income from my Amazon business, and would also force me to spend more money. So I'm really bummed out. I'm not going to get to see all the great people I see every year at SHOT, and not going to see some of you guys, the listeners. I'm bummed about that. But we still have the Firearms Radio Network team going, bunch of us going, and they're going to cover the show for you, and they're going to call into me and give you guys updates. So it's all good. It's all good. We have the Firearms Radio Network team on the ground. The show network and everything will go on without me. So I'll be here working on my Amazon business and taking that to the next level so that I can quit my dreaded day job this July, and then this fall I will have much more time and energy, lots more energy to put into the Firearms Radio Network. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. So, and you guys, supporting us through Patreon, through the Amazon affiliate link. That's right. You can shop Amazon, and a portion of that goes back to us by going to firearmsradio.tv/Amazon, or check for those Amazon banners on our websites, and that will help, me get to my goal where I'm not working that dreaded day job, and I actually have time to work on this content and create this awesome content for you guys out there listening. So thank you. We are talking SHOT Show 2015 preview, and there's already a ton of buzz out there. We had a segment on This Week in Guns this week about SHOT, and there was just so much to talk about. We could hardly fit much of it in, and again, I'm not going to be able to fit much of it in, or all of it in this week, but I have a good portion of things to look forward to for 2015 for the guys going to SHOT to check out at SHOT, but to look for online and on your store shelves this year. Some really innovative new products, new guns, new gear, really cool stuff out there. I'm really excited to see all this innovation in the firearms industry. And speaking of innovation, I think Magpul may adopt that as their tagline, because they have been coming out with some awesome new stuff pre-SHOT Show. They came out with parts for the AK-47 platform. That's right. They come out with stocks and grips, and I believe magazines as well, reinforced magazines, and folding stock even. And they have a pretty cool or pretty funny little preview video of how they came about to their new AK platform rifle stocks and accessories, and that's pretty cool. Pretty cool that they're diving into the AK realm, and also diving into the Remington 700 round with a new chassis system for the Remington 700 from Magpul, and probably this is probably what rifle precision long distance shooters are most excited about, is that a Magpul, almost said AK, Magpul is releasing their own version of the Accuracy International magazines, which normally cost like $100 a pop or something crazy like that. But now Magpul is releasing their own polymer version of that, which will probably retail for what, a quarter of that, if even that. I don't know. Magpul prices are pretty darn good, so I'm interested to see the price point on that, but it won't be near $100. So that will be interesting, because it'll put Accuracy International, it'll put them in a place where they're going to have to lower the prices on their steel mags to compete, because people are going to just stop buying them, I would think, and buy Magpul, which are known for reliability. Another thing not known for reliability is a lot of drum magazines are not known for reliability, and Magpul has released a 5.56 drum magazine. So that will also be interesting to see the price point on that bad boy. And it looks like a lot of really good design and engineering went into that magazine. And so it's very cool to see them developing drum magazines. And they also developed a new Glock magazine, Glock 17 round magazine for the Glock platform pistols. And so I think it would be really interesting to see if they come out next year with a Glock drum magazine, because we've seen that done a bunch, and I don't think any of them are done super well. But it's pretty cool that Magpul's getting into the Glock magazines. Maybe they'll get into Smith & Wesson or maybe Springfield eventually. Maybe Magpul will become this big, like, go-to magazine company for whatever platform you're on. Maybe that would be kind of neat for their long-term goal to see that in fruition, because there's other companies that try to be that. They try to be the aftermarket magazine company for whatever platform, but they just don't execute it. But Magpul has proven that they execute on their, new products and ideas. So very, very interesting to see what the future holds for Magpul. And also there's a slight, Magpul name change out there where they're no longer Magpul Dynamics, but they're Magpul something, Magpul, what, Concepts? What is it? Let me see here. They're Magpul Core. I had to look that up real quick. I was meeting with a director of sales this morning, and Hank brought that up, that they are now Magpul Core, apparently. So I'm not really sure what the deal is there. So they made, that name change just recently. Well, I'm not explaining that very well, so I'll just read what they have on their Facebook page here. Part of what they have on their Facebook page here. It says, over the recent years, with the new staff, Magpul Dynamics focused inwards a bit. We still held a number of training courses, but we engaged in more skill development and general outreach to our end users. We immersed ourselves in the product development process, contributing to over 50 innovative new offerings throughout this past year. Perhaps most importantly, we focused on Magpul's foundations and how to best present that face to the world as we move forward. In addition to assisting in the development of new products, we will also be working on a number of media projects, articles, and social media efforts to promote those core values and to renew and develop the relationship with our customers and end users. Firearms training will continue to be a topic, of course, and we will still hold training courses. You will also see a variety of additional subjects from our staff, including adventure, fieldcraft, fitness, competition, hunting, and others, and all with an emphasis on personal responsibility and celebrating individual liberties. In addition to our crew, you may also see some additional faces from around this industry and even outside it. Along with new staff and new emphasis is a new name that better captures the involved mission, Magpul Core. So, new set of core values, new name, Core, Magpul Core. So it seems like they're trying to develop maybe a more overarching master brand for everything they do. So that's cool. But a lot of cool stuff from Magpul. I'm guessing they might even see some more stuff at the show. So we'll have to check in with the SHOT Show FRN team here this next week. Now, apparently Smith & Wesson might be coming out with some new offerings for handguns for 2015, because there was a leaked price sheet that shows that they have some new carbon fiber finished M&Ps in the works. So these look kind of cool. They're carbon fiber and black. They're pretty neat looking. I don't know if it's just a kind of a gimmicky thing, but I think they look cool, so that's something to look out for. And then, CZ USA is coming out with their first made in the USA pistol, and it's a 1911, so that's kind of cool. It's a 1911 A1. It's got a few changes from the original, a few tweaks over the original A1 design, but it's supposed to have tighter tolerances than those original GI guns, so it's probably a better shooter. And that's going to be, I think, made in their Kansas City plant. So made in USA, CZ 1911. So that is really interesting. I really like to check this out. Looks like it's at a price point to compete against the new Remington R1 and maybe the Ruger 1911. I forget what that one's called. About $840 at $849 MSRP. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. But what's really cool about CZ is they're releasing some really innovative new pistols, some modern sporting pistols. They're releasing a Bren PS1 pistol, which looks just kick butt. It comes in 5.56 with an 11-inch barrel. Ambi controls, and it's just a kick butt looking piston driven AR style, not AR style, but Bren style modern sporting pistol. It's really kick butt looking. And then they also have a Scorpion Evo S or 3S1. So this is a pistol caliber carbine pistol, I guess you could say. It's has a 20 round 9mm mags is what it holds, and looks futuristic. It looks really like a really fun range toy. That comes in at $849 MSRP, and the piston driven Bren, I forget, I think it's about a couple grand for that puppy over there, so that is probably out of my price range, but man, is that a cool looking gun. So you guys got to check those out. And then they're releasing a 40th anniversary CZ75B, and it's probably the most hideous gun I've ever seen. It has some purple in it. It has some heat treated heat-treated slide release and takedown lever and trigger, and it looks really, really ugly. Yeah. Ugh. Gross. And then they're, as you know, CZ now owns the Dan Wesson brand, and they're releasing some new Dan Wesson 357 Magnum revolvers, which look pretty cool. You might want to check those out. Releasing some different rifles and whatnot, and a tactical shotgun as well. Looks like it might be a good 3-gun shotgun. So that's pretty cool. So lots of new stuff from CZ. I'll have to dive more into the CZ handguns and rifles here in the next couple of years. That's a company that's always really intrigued me, and it seems like they really produce some quality firearms over there in the Czech Republic.
Alien Gear Holsters, the most comfortable and concealable holsters on the planet, is offering big savings with our new 2-holster combo. Now you can buy 2 complete holsters for as little as $49.88. Choose from any available holster styles and colors for the guns of your choice. All of Alien Gear's quality products are made right here in the USA and include a 30-day trial, forever warranty, and free shell trades for life. Visit aliengearholsters.com today.
Let's move on to Browning. Browning is releasing a Browning 1911. Now, if you remember, Browning released a scaled-down 22 caliber version of their 1911s. I think they were like 75% or 80% of size, of their real 1911. They're just scaled down a little bit, and they were really cool guns. I held them at a couple different shows. I still haven't shot one, but man, they're just really cool little 1911s. Well, they have coming off of that, they have designed a 380 1911. So the new gun is, I guess, also an 85% version of the full-size 1911, and it's in 380 caliber, so it's a John Browning designed gun and John Browning designed cartridge. So that's really neat. I really would like to get my hands on this. I don't know, is this a new trend? Glock released the 380 Glock 42, is that the 42 last year, and then this year Browning is coming out with 380 1911. I don't know, maybe it's a trend. So we'll have to see what else comes out at SHOT. Maybe some other companies will come out with 380s. Maybe it's going to be the 380 revolution. Who knows? New from Angston Arms is the UDP 9mm, and this appears to be a 9mm carbine that uses the Glock magazines, which intrigues me. And it's it's pictured with a SIG-style brace on it. And unfortunately, if you've been watching your social media, you see that the ATF has come out just today or yesterday with a letter pretty much saying, yeah, if you use a SIG brace as a stock, it makes your gun a short-barreled rifle, and yeah, you can't do that. They're basically, putting the kibosh on the SIG stock and the other pistol braces. I guess they're not stocks, they're arm braces. So they're putting the kibosh on those. So we'll have to see. I bet I'm wondering if several of these companies that SHOT are scrambling to reconfigure some of their AR-style pistols or rifles, caliber pistols to take those stocks off of them now. I bet a lot of them are going to showcase them with arm braces, and they're probably, I don't know, I'm wondering if they're going to pull them now. I don't know. But that's an interesting, I always like seeing pistol caliber carbines that utilize existing pistol magazines, which I think that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes I think they look goofy, but this Angston Arms looks pretty good. And 6 Hours coming out with a bunch of stuff. It looks like they're coming out with a P320 in 45 and 9. So that's something to look out for your next pocket pistol, possibly. And then also there's some 10mm P220s coming out from SIG. And there are some P320s coming out in 45. So it seems like they're coming out with some guns that people have been asking for here for a while. New 10mm. That's something that is quite a niche market here. Excuse me if I can talk. It's a real niche market, but I think it's going to be an expanding niche market here as we see more and more people come into the handgun hobbyist, part of the firearms community. I think 10mm has a lot of appeal. So moving on, from Polymer 80, this is a company that it was kind of, I think, caught up in the Ares Armor raids. The ATF raided Ares Armor. I think they were part of that controversy. And now they're coming out with the AR-10 version, or AR-10 version of their polymer 80% lower. So it's 308, 80% polymer lower. I think it's the first, AR-10 size polymer lower, or at least one of the first out there. I guess they're reinforced with steel, so I get, durability shouldn't be an issue. You shouldn't see any of these shattered because they're have that steel reinforcement in them. I don't know. It says they're going to retail from $130 to $140. I'm not really seeing the benefit in that. But hey, if you're looking for a polymer lower for your that's an 80% lower for your 308 build, this might be what you've been waiting for. And also, last but not least, FLIR announces the FLIR next generation of their FLIR 1. Now, this is a mobile add-on that turns your iOS or Android device into a thermal reading, machine. I don't know, some people are calling it the Predator machine. But it's pretty cool. So you can see, infrared, if you're hunting or doing whatever, you can see, these different heat signatures from animals you may be going after, or maybe you can use this day to day, just looking for heat loss in your house or your garage or something. You can use it for a practical application like that. But this new next generation FLIR 1 has improvement it has, I guess, better definition. You can clearly define if you are using it for home improvement, you can more clearly define pinpoint heat loss and stuff like that, and even water leaks. That would be pretty cool. And then for the outdoor, they're touting that you can observe wildlife at a greater distance. You can also use it to find a lost pet. That's actually not a bad idea. Safety and security, it says you can detect intruders in fog or smoke. So, hey, maybe your house is being assaulted and you throw some flashbangs out there and you can see the bad guys through the smoke. You ever think about that? Creativity, you can observe images with greater thermal detail. I'm not sure what that means. Anyways, you can pre-order the FLIR, Next Generation FLIR, here at FLIR.com. So that's pretty cool. It looks like a really neat device for the gun guy or outdoors man. I'd like to see one of these used when you're like shooting an AR-10 or an AR-15 to see the heat dissipation, coming off of the gas tube and the gas block and the muzzle and everything, to see that heat signature. That would be pretty cool. So maybe that's something we'll have to add to the FRN crew here in the next year or two. So we got lots of cool stuff here coming up at SHOT 2015. Again, I'm bummed I'm not going to be there, but the Firearms Radio Network crew is going to be there. I think 3 guys from AR-15, a bunch of guys from We Like Shooting, Hank, my director of sales, will be there. I think Michael from the Competitive Rifle Podcast is going to be there. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. There's so many people that are going to be there related to the Firearms Radio Network, so that's very cool. I'm going to have, Ryan Cross is going to be there, and I'm going to try to have Ryan and Hank, connect with me a couple nights to give you guys some updates from the show. So keep you guys informed, and so check back next week. We should have more announcements, more new gear, new guns, new everything to do with the firearms industry we'll be covering at SHOT 2015. Well, Duluth Trading Company makes this show possible, and you should really check them out. I recently placed a Duluth order for some button-up shirts, some more, or button-down or button-up. What, don't you always button it up? Why would you say button down? I don't know. But they have, their free swinging flannel, their flapjack flannel. Let me see here. I just got their new, is it the cotton wool freedom of movement shirt? No. It was a Port Washington long sleeve poplin shirt, whatever that means. But it's a nice button up, dress shirt, and has a nice patterns to them. They're currently have some really good deals on them. They're actually on clearance. And I picked a couple of these up. Really happy with them. Really quality shirts. Nice long tail. Now that I have my concealed carry permit, I'm always conscious of wearing a shirt long enough to drape over the butt of my pistols. So if you need longer shirts to conceal carry in, Duluth has got to be your first stop. Duluth Trading Company, you have to, especially for also inside shirts. They have long tail tees and long tail long sleeve tees for that undergarment to if you layer that under your holster and then you layer another shirt over your holster. They're really good for that because you don't have to worry about those coming untucked or anything because they got that nice long tail. They go way down in your pants and they stay tucked in. So check them out. Check out go through our website, gunguyradio.com/Duluth. Well, and don't forget to consider supporting the show via our Patreon. The new Firearms Radio Network Patreon page is at patreon.com/FRN. Remember, that's a monthly Patreon Patreon account, so you can pledge $1 or $5 per month. Now, if you pledge $1 a month, that's only like 2 cents an episode for all the shows we put out. So that's like nothing. You're getting extreme value there. So consider doing that. And also, Gun Guy Radio Patreon, that's a per episode Patreon, so you can pledge $1 or $5 per episode. So if you find this show valuable, please check it out. And also like to thank our Patreon sponsors, LA Police Gear, Duluth Trading Company, Duke Cannon Supply Company, GunGoddess.com, and Alien Gear Holsters has actually thrown in some gift cards for our patrons. So I will randomly be sending those out over the next few months. So you may open your mailbox one day because you're a patron of Gun Guy Radio and be like, holy cow, here's a gift card from Alien Gear Holsters. How cool is that? I'm going to go buy a new holster. So check out patreon.com/gun or patreon.com/FRN for those Patreon accounts. So also, hunterofdesign.com. If you're looking for great graphics design or website design, check out Ryan Cross over at Hunter of Design, hunterofdesign.com. Well, that about wraps it up. You can leave your feedback by sharing your thoughts on the bottom of the show notes at gunguyradio.com/151. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your iTunes review. Also, consider joining the NRA and the Second Amendment Foundation. Don't forget to shop Brownells and Amazon using our affiliate links. That's right, we have Brownells and Amazon affiliate banners on the website, so look for those. And don't forget to check out all the other awesome shows only here on the Firearms Radio Network, firearmsradio.tv. That's a wrap. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
This has been a production of the Firearms Radio Network. You can find more information at firearmsradio.tv. Tired of paying high ammo prices? Want more bang for your buck? Need high volume or precision loads? The Reloading Podcast has you covered. From single stage to progressive, the Reloading Podcast has something for everyone. For those who have never pulled a lever, now's the time to start reloading your own cartridges. For those with gunpowder coating your workbench floor, now's the time to take your loads to the next level. ReloadingPodcast.com or search Reloading Podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher app.